now, so when they come in, so you're going to participants, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When they come in, they will start under attendees, okay? So they all come in.
Wait, turn off the microphone.
Don't make yourself. You know, share your desktop. Then just bring up your PowerPoint.
I mute myself.
Microphone, quick.
Oh.
No. Okay, it's there. Right.
Is that okay? It's recording?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Should I log out again and go in again?
If you're really sure.
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
Do it.
Sorry that I did that. Okay,
What
what do I do then?
Don't leave it in doubt.
What do I do?
Well, go into Zoom.
So, stop share.
Yeah, stop share.
End meeting.
End meeting. Okay.
Uh-oh. What if that means that you can't get back into the meeting?
Nah, don't do it then.
Okay, cancel.
You have to stay in. Share screen. Share. No. Okay. Desktop.
Share computer side.
Okay,
share.
Okay, now put your PowerPoint on full screen from the very beginning. Start from start. Okay. Is that shared?
Yeah.
Maximize it. Yeah. And
where's my face?
So you bring it up. Okay. There you go. Right. So then when you start video, your
my face will come up whenever it's a video. Yeah, okay.
That's not muted. cord.
Hello? Hello? Hello, Ajit, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Ajit, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, Ajit.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, sorry, I just promoted you to a panelist. So how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, yes. My name is Una.
Yeah, my name is Ajit Kumar.
Ajit, nice to meet you. So yes, I'm Una and I'm here with Swish English. And right now it's just yourself and I, but hopefully we'll have some more students joining us.
Yeah.
So yes, I am from Ireland. Where are you from, Ajit?
I am from Kathmandu, Nepal.
Very good. I haven't been there. How's the weather?
Yeah, it's really good here. Well, it's like 7:35 p.m.
Oh yes, and how's the weather?
Yeah, weather is good.
Yeah, it's very cold here in Ireland right now. As usual.
What time is it there?
It is 3 o'clock in the day. Yes, 3 o'clock in the day. So what brings you to PTE lessons, Ajit?
I have given 2 times PTE, and my desired score was 79, but like in the first attempt I got 66 and second 68.
Okay.
So I didn't had much progress, and I was like, what should I do? I didn't had any method, and I didn't have any confidence like I can improve by doing it myself. So I thought of joining the course, and then I looked for this course, and I got to know about this course through Facebook.
Yes.
And then I plan to enroll in $99 course.
Oh, very good. Great. Well, welcome to Swish English. We're happy to have you, and hopefully you'll get lots of tips and improve your score.
Yeah.
So today we are looking at listening, of course. So week 1 of our listening course with our live lessons. So let's just get straight into it. Okay. So you can see everything okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes. Okay, so we'll just do an overview of our lesson content today. So we're going to do an introduction to PTE listening, and we're going to focus on one task in particular, and that task is multiple choice single answer. So we will learn how to approach this task using different procedures, strategies, how it's scored, and of course some tips for this task. And we're going to practice listening for gist and for details, and analysing questions for keywords. And then we'll practice this task with a number of mock prompts that we can work through together today and practice our overall listening. And then if you have any questions, of course, at the end, or indeed throughout the lesson, don't be afraid to ask them if they arise. Okay?
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Great. So let's proceed. Nice. So this is just an overview of the overall listening section within the exam. Of course, given that you've done the exam, you're familiar with it, Ajit.
Yeah.
But yes, so the time allowed is 45 to 57 minutes. But of course, this comes down to you really analysing the time that you have to give for each task yourself. Yes. So making sure you don't go over time with different tasks. Of course, for summarized spoken text, how many minutes do you have to do that one? Do you know?
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. 10 minutes for summarized spoken text. So that one, of course, is a bit different because it's timed. And then we go on to the 7 remaining tasks. And generally, well, on the next slide, we will see that the length of the prompts. So yes, multiple choice single answer there is a 30 to 60 second prompt. So not the longest that it can be. Of course, highlight correct summary can be up to 90 seconds. So it is one of the shorter ones. And highlight incorrect words, 15 to 20 seconds. So yes, and then after that, it it depends on yourself. You have to time yourself in order to answer the question. Okay, so just making sure that you stick to your time management is really important, and I'm sure you find that in the test yourself. How was your timing in the listening section?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was on time. I completed
great.
tasks on time.
Very good. Okay. So yeah, that's the timing and the general, we're not going to go into it in too much detail, the different tasks today, as we're just focusing on multiple choice single answer. So I just prepared some general questions for us to talk about in analysing our overall listening skills. So do you work in an English speaking environment, Ajit?
Yeah, I work in the IT company, and we often speak in Nepalese language, but like we have the offices based on US. So like the calls and meetings will once in a week, once or twice in a week, we have a call, and we generally have a conversation in English. And usually I watch movies and all.
Oh, excellent. Yes.
So, yeah, but I'm familiar with academic English, and since I'm um, studying PTE for last 6 months, so I'm a bit good.
Yes. So you would say that your listening skills are up to par, yes?
Yeah.
They're pretty good. So
But
of course, yes,
it's not like I'm not excellent. It's like
yes,
it's okay. Okay,
yes.
good.
Of course, so working in an English speaking environment will really help you, that you get to listen to perhaps native speakers. And of course, in the exam, there are many different speeds that you might hear of speech, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely listening to those audios, like you said, you watch movies. Other tips are, of course, listening to TED Talks or listening to podcasts. And good websites like BBC Learning are really good ways to improve your listening. And so what about, can you listen for gist? Do you practice this a lot? So if you listen to a recording, what does gist mean?
The overall idea.
Exactly, yeah. So the overall idea or the main idea.
Yeah.
And do you ever listen to recordings and then test yourself by
Yeah.
saying, okay, so the overall gist of this was,
Yeah.
yeah,
I have.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a really good thing to do. And we're going to practice doing that a little bit today. And can you summarize audios in 1 or 2 sentences when you listen? So this is another really good tip when you listen to an audio or some recording, to just try summarizing it yourself. And of course, in other tasks, this is really useful. But do you ever do this?
Like I want to do this in terms of PTE course. Beside that, like listening to music or listening to
Mm-hmm.
it, or something else beside PTE, I don't do.
Yes,
So
I know what you mean. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's just whenever you're actually doing the mock prompts
yeah,
that you really try and summarize it yourself. Yes. Well, even if you're just, I don't know, on the train or anything and you're listening to audios, maybe just, pause every now and again and test yourself saying, okay, in your head, what did that just talk about? So yes, can you listen and take note of keywords? Yes. So another thing during the listening is, of course, to take notes. A lot of students like to take notes so that they don't just rely solely on their memory. Do you take notes during your practice mock prompts, Ajit?
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
usually take notes, and uh, out of 10 questions, like I am able to give correct answer for like 7 to 8, but out of 10, it's not like I'm 100% accurate out of 10. I don't get 10 out of 10. It's like
Yes.
7, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7.
Great. Well, with more practice, we can improve. Great, Ajit. Yeah, so these are just some overall tips for, of course, listening for all of the tasks and not just the multiple choice single answer like we are doing today. So yeah, let's keep going. So we'll look now at multiple choice single answer and just give an overview. So this task evaluates listening abilities. Yes, so as you know, I'm sure it's only assessing your listening skills. So with other tasks, maybe like write from dictation, it's assessing your writing and your listening, but with this one, just your listening. And it necessitates exam takers to pay attention to, analyze, comprehend, and evaluate a short recording on an academic theme and select a single correct answer. So how long do you have to complete this task? Well, approximately 2 minutes per task. So of course the recording itself, the mock prompt or the prompt, is 30 to 60 seconds. And then after that, we recommend no more than 60 seconds again to choose your answer. Hopefully you can even do it even less than that. About what length of time did you find you were able to choose your answer for this task, Ajit? What do you find optimal?
It is like multiple choice, multiple answer. So I don't go for two correct answer. I go for one answer, and I think that that should be 100% correct. So I go for one answer, and I believe that I'll make sure that that is 100% correct.
Yes, exactly. And of course, even in this task, the good news is that it's correct or incorrect, whether you have selected one or not selected at all. So with multiple choice, multiple answer, it's of course negative marking.
Yeah.
So you don't want to guess in that task. But in this task, if you were really stuck, you could guess because you might as well. Because even if it's incorrect, well, maybe you get lucky, you never know. So how many of these prompts will I have to complete? Well, 2 to 3. So usually 2 to 3 for multiple choice single answer on the day. And can I choose more than one answer? Well, of course, no. This task is multiple choice single answer, so just one. And like you said there, multiple choice multiple answer. Now that's different where you're selecting more than one. Okay, so yeah, just make sure you pay attention to the task format.
Yeah.
I'm just going to check that no one else has joined us. Nope, that's all good. It's just me and you. Okay, so we're just going to practice now with a listening and listening for gist. So we're going to, it's a good idea, of course, to practice listening for gist or the main idea of the recording. So let's just get our listening going for today. And we're not going to go straight into doing a task, but just listen to this recording and summarize what the overall main idea is for this recording. Okay?
Sure.
Let's go. You don't need to take notes yet. Just listen for gist, okay?
Okay.
The behaviour of immune cells in the blood is so different in patients with Parkinson's disease that it advocates for a new type of supplementary medicine, which can regulate the immune system and thus inhibit the deterioration of the brain. New research confirms a growing theory that Parkinson's disease is not only a brain disease, but is also connected with the immune system. The immune system functions in a delicate balance. On the one hand, it cleans up invasive microorganisms and accumulations of unwanted proteins. But on the other hand, the immune system must also avoid damaging the body's own cells via too much inflammation. And apparently this balance goes awry in the case of Parkinson's disease. This knowledge may lead to the development of supplementary immune regulating treatment being combined with the current medical treatment, the drug L-DOPA, which only has an effect on the brain and the symptoms. It is possible such an additional drug might help to slow down the progression of the disease.
Great. So what did you think of that recording then, Ajit? What did you think was the gist?
It was a tougher one.
It was a tough one, was it? Could you hear it okay?
Yeah, it was okay. I didn't got complete the gist. Like I heard of immunity disease, cell disease, and
yes.
And there's something conflict between brain development and immunity cell disease, and there was something that needs to be, we need supplement of that, and to avoid those disease or something, then we need to some supplementary.
Yes, exactly. Yes, so you got that it was a disease, and that
the behavior
oh, sorry, it's playing again. Yes, so it was about Parkinson's disease. So of course that is a deterioration of the brain disease and its connection to the immune system. Yes. So I'm not going to say too much more because I want you now to take some notes when we listen to that same recording again, okay? But yeah, the main idea was just Parkinson's disease and its connection to the immune system. And like you said, some supplementary drugs as well. So where can we hear the main idea cues? So of course, you're going to really get your clue to that main idea or the gist from the introduction, maybe any new topic sentences that come throughout, and the conclusion. That's really going to give you your main clues to the gist. So listen for detail is the next thing that we're going to practice today. So for this task, you can take notes to assist you in choosing your answers. Yeah, so for multiple choice single answer, we can take notes to really help us with our memory when we go back to choosing the answer. And we're going to practice with this now. So do you find that taking notes is the best way for you to approach this task, Ajit?
Not, I would not say 100% like taking the notes will give you the correct answer, but the main thing what we need to keep in mind is that we understand the overall idea and overall just what they are saying, and the summary of the lecture. So that's the more important one.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's a really good point. So really, I find that it differs with students. So some students like to take notes, others, like you said, and just want to actually look at the answers, right? So just as you're listening, look through the answer options and really clue in on those. And then, like you said, just really focusing on your listening and listening for the main idea. Do you find that when you listen, taking notes can sometimes distract you?
No, no, it doesn't. I mainly focus on my hands. Only keep on moving, but my mind is on listening things. So
Yes.
like it doesn't distract me.
Yes, very good. Okay, so let's just practice now taking some notes. This is just for our listening overall as well as this task. So, oh, I'm giving the notes, sorry, let me go back. Okay, so I'm going to just play that recording again, and you can just practice taking some notes and see what kind of words you take down. Okay, Ajit?
Okay.
Let's go. Do you have, where do you want to, do you have a pen?
Yeah, I have a pen.
Brilliant. Okay, let's go.
The behaviour of immune cells in the blood is so different in patients with Parkinson's disease that it advocates for a new type of supplementary medicine, which can regulate the immune system and thus inhibit the deterioration of the brain. New research confirms a growing theory that Parkinson's disease is not only a brain disease, but is also connected with the immune system. The immune system functions in a delicate balance. On the one hand, it cleans up invasive microorganisms and accumulations of unwanted proteins. But on the other hand, the immune system must also avoid damaging the body's own cells via too much inflammation. And apparently this balance goes awry in the case of Parkinson's disease. This knowledge may lead to the development of supplementary immune regulating treatment being combined with the current medical treatment, the drug L-DOPA, which only has an effect on the brain and the symptoms. It is possible such an additional drug might help to slow down the progression of the disease.
Great. So what kind of words did you take down then, Ajit? Can you just give me a few examples?
I noted like immune cell disease that is different from Parkinson disease, and this is the new supplement, and it regulates the brain immune system and their functions. Then there's an accumulation of unwanted protein is done. Then
Yes.
I noted the taking the overdose can have the dangerous effect in our body. Then
Excellent.
then we develop a new drug called L-DOPA, which monitors the progress of the brain.
Okay, great, Ajit. So you got a good bit down there. So that was great. So I have prepared some different words that you might take down when you're listening to this recording. So of course, these notes that I have taken down might seem a little adventurous, but I just took down different words that students might have written down. So like I said, behavior of the immune cells are different in Parkinson's disease. So people with Parkinson's disease, the behavior of their immune cells is different. And the new drug might help. Okay, so a new drug is going to help. And the research has shown it's not just a brain disease, but also linked to the immune system. So originally they thought, okay, it's maybe just only a brain disease, but actually it's linked to the immune system within the body. And the role of IS, so as you can see here, the role of the immune system, this is giving an abbreviation, balance, okay? So the role of the immune system is to provide balance and clean unwanted organisms. And I heard that you got that word, unwanted organisms, so that was great. Or unwanted proteins, yes?
Yeah.
Avoid damage to own cells. So that's what the immune system does via inflammation. But sometimes this goes wrong with Parkinson's disease. And there is a new drug plus L-DOPA, so L-DOPA is not actually the name of the new drug, but it was the original drug that was used. And now there's a new drug which might also assist this drug to slow down Parkinson's disease. So this is just an example of some of the notes that you might take down when listening to that recording. And of course, the most important words to take down when you are taking notes are nouns, verbs, adjectives, names, dates, numbers, and the relationship between ideas. So yes, you want to really take down those words which contain the most content and not irrelevant words. And yes, take down details in note form. So of course, don't try to write full sentences, as you know. You just don't have time for that.
Yep.
Very good. Okay, so this is just an example for you if you want to take a screenshot of it. Some students like to use abbreviations or different signs whenever taking notes, and these can really come in useful. So if you want, you can just take a note of them, but yeah, these are just some examples that you can use for note-taking abbreviations. Okay?
Okay.
Great. So now we're just going to look at our task in detail. So method overview for this task. So skim and analyze the focus of the question. Yes, so the first thing you're going to do for this task, and I'm sure you did it yourself, Ajit, is to look at that question. So you have, do you know how long you have before multiple choice single answer, before the recording begins? It's 5 seconds. Yeah, so it's quite short. So you have 5 seconds to skim the focus of the question. So really, what is that question asking you to do? What are you going to be focusing in on your listening to listen out for? And then the answer options. So if you have time, try and skim the answer options and take note of keywords that you should listen out for. So just very quickly, looking at that question, looking at the answer options quickly and see what words are jumping out at you. Maybe you will get an overview already of what the listening is going to be about. So yeah, that's a really important part of using that 5 seconds wisely. And focus your listening on the information you need to listen out for. So of course, when you have that keyword and the focus of the question, you can then focus your listening in on that when the recording begins. And then take notes writing down keywords if that is your preference. And then validate and select one answer from your notes and memory. So that is our general method for this task. So question analysis. So that's the first step there when we really look at this question. So as I said, you have 5 seconds preparation time before it begins, and we're going to use this wisely. So there are a few different kinds of questions we commonly come across for this question type. So let's have a look at some of them. So the first one, what is the main idea the speaker is trying to convey?
Ma'am, excuse me,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
I'm not able to view any presentation slide or.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's concerning. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Ajit. I am sharing my screen.
I am unable to see any screen.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I have been working through a screen the whole time. But I am sharing my screen. Let me see. I'll stop share and try again, okay?
Okay.
I am so sorry about that. Why I am sharing, it's not working. Can you see it now? Can you see Ajit?
No.
No?
No, it's all black.
It's just black. Let me see. Share.
Yeah, it's now, yeah.
Can you see it now?
No, you need to pull it in your desktop. I think you didn't did that.
1 second.
Yeah, your desktop is showing up.
Yeah, you can see my desktop?
Yeah, I can see your desktop.
Okay, Zoom will be able to record. No, later.
Like we even have the conference meeting through Zoom. So I have idea about, yeah. No.
You can see now?
Yeah.
Ajit, I am so sorry. I don't know how you could, that is terrible. Okay, well, we'll continue anyway. I'm very sorry about that. Okay, so you can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. So yes, the different types of questions then that we have for this task, okay? So what is the main idea the speaker is trying to convey? What is the lecture mainly about? So these are similar questions. We're just asking the main idea of the lecture, the main idea that the speaker wants to say. What is the, like we just talked about, the gist or the overall idea of the recording? And then what does the speaker mention about, or which of the following are true or false? So these questions are asking us for specific details, information that we can really back up by supporting details, things like that. So we need to listen really carefully for any of those specific details. And what is the speaker's purpose? So what is the purpose? What is the speaker trying to convey? Things like this. And what does the speaker infer about? So this is something that maybe the information is said, but it's not explicit. So we have to decide, okay, did they infer this from what they said? Okay, so let's look at these questions now. So what are the following questions asking us to listen for? So question number 1, what was the main cause of the restaurant's closure? So what kind of question is this, Ajit? What's it asking us to listen for? What's the focus?
The causes, the main reason.
Exactly. Yeah, of course. So the main idea, the main overall theme of the lecture. And question 2, what feature of the business policy does the speaker mention? What do you think?
Yeah, the features regarding business policy.
Yeah, so this is asking for one of the more specific supporting details, right? So yeah, backing up information from the text. Maybe it's something like just true or false sort of thing. And what does the speaker suggest that the managers have to do? What about this one? Do you think it's an inference or purpose or main idea?
Don't know.
Perhaps this one is inference, because it says, what does the speaker suggest that the managers may have to do? So maybe they just suggested it but didn't overall explicitly state it. And then what does the speaker talk about? The decline in renting property. So what do you think? Why does the speaker talk about it?
Yeah, this is like reason.
Exactly. So that's the purpose. Yeah, very good. Yeah, so these are the different kinds of questions that we can see for this task. So let's look now at an example. We have our question and our 4 answer options. So what about this question? What is the main point the speaker makes? What's this one asking us to do?
Main idea. Gist.
Yeah, so exactly. This again is the main idea or the gist. And so one of the things to do in that 5 seconds also is to highlight keywords. So what keywords would you highlight in the first sentence there, Ajit?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Apnea.
Mm-hmm.
Big problem.
Exactly. Yeah. Sleep apnea, big problem. Yes. So sleep apnea, as we are going to listen to the recording, so maybe I won't say too much about what sleep apnea is right now. Yes, so then the next one, number 2, what words would you highlight here?
The number 4,100. Then adults. Reclaim sleep.
Yeah, great. So 4,100 adults reclaim sleep. Yeah, very good. Or maybe need as well, because it shows that they need to do it, not just that they actually did reclaim their sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also number 3, what do you think?
Man. Sleep better. Woman.
Yeah, so this one, it's actually nearly all of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's, like, all of these words are important for the content of this sentence, because generally is showing us, okay, it's not like all the time, it's not less time, it's generally, yeah, men sleep better than women is showing the comparison. So yeah, like you said, it's a lot of the words, I would say all of them in that sentence. And sleeping for a long time is important. What do you think?
Yeah. Sleeping long time important.
Exactly. Yeah. Same. Yeah. Very good. So here I have just the answers. Yeah. So you got it exactly right. And like I said, number 3, I would just highlight all of that because really it's all important. Yeah. So obviously in the task, you won't have enough time to really go through that in detail like we are now, but it's just good to practice. Okay, so here we have our first mock prompt. So we've analyzed the question, we've looked through those 4 answer options for their keywords. So we're ready to listen to the mock prompt. Okay? I'm going to play the recording now, so let's go. And of course, it's up to you if you want to take notes or if you want to just look at the answer options. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go.
It will come as no surprise to know that a lack of sleep isn't good for us. A new report suggests sleep deprivation can result in long-term health issues and even death. It also says that women are more likely to experience difficulties sleeping than men. The report is based on a survey of 4,100 British adults and is called Reclaim Your Sleep. It's from a British group called the Sleep Apnea Trust Association. Apnea is a temporary cessation of breathing, especially during sleep. Almost half of the women surveyed, 43%, said they did not get enough sleep. This compared to 36% of men who said they didn't sleep well. Women were also more prone than men to waking up during the night.
Okay, so what did you think of that recording, Ajit?
Yeah, I think the answer is first one. Is a big problem.
Okay, so sleep apnea is a big problem, you think is the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go through now. Did you pick up what sleep apnea was?
Yeah, it's a sleeping disorder, and many women face those problems. They mention about women and adults as well face those problems.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, a cessation of the breath during sleep. Yeah, is what it is. So yeah, let's go through now. So here I have the transcript, okay? The transcript of the recording. So I'm going to give you the chance now to just have a look through this and just see what information you would use to confirm or deny your answer. So you can have a look through the transcript.
Okay.
We're just going to go through this slowly today. Of course, this won't happen in your exam. Okay, Ajit?
Yeah. Initially, the transcript says like it's a health issue and even causes death. But as the paragraph progresses, like in last sentences, it has done the comparison, like women are more prone than men.
Exactly, yes. So does that mean you want to change your answer, or you would change your answer based on this? What do you think?
No, I don't think.
So the answer was actually, yes, it was number 3. So like you said, it was the main point overall was men sleep better than women. Generally, men sleep better than women. So yeah, it did say about, let's go now to our transcript. So it will come as no surprise to know that a lack of sleep isn't good for us. And a news report suggests sleep deprivation can result in long-term health issues and even death. So it doesn't actually say there that it's sleep apnea. Yeah, so sleep deprivation, of course, can result in these things, but sleep apnea is the cessation of the breath, right, whenever we sleep. So that's what rules out the answer number 1. Sleep overall, big problem, yes? And then, you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then number 2, 4,100 adults need to reclaim their sleep. So is that true or false? What do you think? 4,100 adults need to reclaim their sleep.
This report is based on a survey of 4,000 babies and adults And it's called reclaim your sleep. Yeah,
Yeah. So the
yeah, that is mentioned, but that's not the main point.
exactly, yeah. But 4,100 adults took the survey. Of course, it's not the main point, but it's also incorrect anyway, because 4,100 adults took the survey, not that they actually need to reclaim their sleep. The report is just called Reclaim Your Sleep, right?
Yeah.
And then number 3, generally, yes, so that's the correct answer. Generally, men sleep better than women. So as we can see, there's a lot of, there's a couple of different sections of the recording that allude to men sleeping better than women. Okay, so it says that women are more likely to experience difficulty sleeping than men. And then at the bottom, it's all about comparing women and men in relation to sleep. Yeah, great. And then number 4, sleeping for a long time is important. So yeah, that's not the answer for that particular question. What is the main point of the speaker makes? So of course we can assume based on what the speaker has said that sleeping for a long time is important, but it wouldn't be the main point that he made. Yes?
Yeah.
Great, so that is our first mock prompt answer, Ajit. Good. Do you have any questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so before we look at a couple more mock prompts, we're just going to, I'm just going to give you some tips that from what we have talked about already, and just in order to go forward and looking at our prompts, okay? So of course, some of these tips might seem obvious. Read the question and response options cautiously. So yeah, really reading what that question is asking you to do and highlighting the keywords that are jumping out at you so that you can really focus in your listening. Remember, the question could relate to the main idea, detail, inference, or speaker's purpose. Yeah, so just being ready for the different kinds of questions that can come up for this multiple choice, single answer task. And note keywords, so it's up to you, note keywords on the notebook and help you select the correct answer option. And of course, don't write full sentences, keep all notes in short note form. And then don't worry too much about new words if the topic of the listening is unfamiliar to you. Concentrate on what you do understand. So of course, for this task, you don't have the time to stress about any words that you really don't understand, and just concentrate on what you do and try and work with that information. And listen out for supportive points as well as main points in the recording to aid you in identifying the correct options. So yes, this is really important because of course, we are going to hear the different keywords from each of the answer options. So even though this is a computer-based test, it's the person writing the questions, and of course they're trying to confuse you in including the keywords, but just with a little bit of a different information backing it up, right? So yeah, it's really important to not just focus on those keywords, but actually key points, the main points, because that word could be present in the answer option, but actually it's not correct or it's not the correct answer for that question. So yeah, listening for the supportive points is really important as well. And yes, if you don't know the answer, guess the answer rather than leave the item blank. So like we said at the beginning, it's not negative marking, so you can just guess rather than leave it blank if you aren't sure. And both unanswered and incorrect scores will be scored 0. And yeah, be careful with your time management. So yes, this is one of the easier tasks perhaps in the PTE exam, but just being really careful with our time management is important, because in the listening task, of course, right from dictation is last, and we want to make sure that we leave ourselves plenty of time to get to that task. Yes?
Yep.
Yeah, very good. Okay, Ajit, so any questions about the overall tips?
No, I'm good.
No. Cool. So let's go through now to another mock prompt and test our listening skills again. Okay, so we'll just go through this one slowly again, and then the rest of them will maybe time. But this one, you can just have an opportunity now to look at the question. So according to the speaker, which of the following statements are true?
Oh.
Okay, so this is of course one of those, what's this question asking us for?
Yeah.
Just specific details, right?
Out of 4, which one is true?